want to talk to you today about having your head buried in the sand and a bread trail, and what my channel was designed for, and how I hope that it may help you in the crazy times that we find ourselves living in today. So either you got your head buried in the sand, or you are preparing for the next couple of years to be a little bit rough. And that's what my channel is all about. So come along today, and let's dig into this topic just a little bit. Now, this video is not going to be a gloom and doom video and all of that, because I don't believe in gloom and doom. But I do believe in looking ahead to the future and making a plan and all of that. So that's what this is about, and that's all it's about. I do believe that at the end we will come through this stronger than ever. But I do also believe that we've got a couple of years in the near future that might be a little bit rough. And I say that because of what we just went through in the last year. I do believe that there are forces that have tried to break the financial back of this country in the last year. And that's why I say you either got your head in the sand or you're seeing what I'm seeing. And what I mean now is that, okay, so now they broke the financial back of this country in a lot of ways. Maybe some aren't feeling it, but there's a lot that are. So the next thing to come down the road will be to break the country even further, would be food shortages. So that's what I mean by prepping for the next couple of years. Now, I'm not a prepper and I'm not a hoarder, but what I do in these videos is I talk about skills. Skills they can't take away from you. They might be able to break the back of the economical world, and they might be able to break the back of the food system in this country, but if you have skills and some tools, they can't take that away from you. They might try to make it illegal and all of that, but you need to feed yourself and you need to feed your family. So that's what my channel is about. It's about skills. I have 300 videos now that make up this channel. Each and every one of them is about skills and how I live my life here at the off-grid cabin. And there's nothing special about what I'm doing. Neither does it cost a lot of money, but it does take some skills and some preparation. That's why I'm asking you, if you're looking to go down this road, go back, check out some of my archives on this stuff. What you see around me right now is some of the tools that it would take to gather your own food if it comes to that outside of the grocery store. Which I have, in my life, that's a part of it anyways. I've been doing this stuff for 50 years. At the very beginning, I had a lot to learn. It's gotten a little bit easier now, 50 years later, but I'm still learning. So don't think that, and if you come across someone that says that they are the best and that they've learned it all, that's probably the worst person that you can follow, because you never learn it all when it comes to the great outdoors. In this channel, I've been laying down a bread trail for the last 3 years of skills and being self-reliant. And they're all in my archives. So as things progress over the next year to the next couple of years at least, I hope you can find some of these skills in here that may be helpful to you and your family. Now, what's going on in this country is not really going to affect my life too awful much. I have been storing up skills and tools and how to use natural materials for my entire life. But if you live in the cities and stuff like that, if you got your head buried in the sand, it might be a pretty good time to take it out and look around, see what's going on. Because I have a really bad feeling that they are trying to break the will of this country. They're trying to break the back of this country financially. And I think that next on the list will be food security in this country. So it might be a good time for all of us to stand up, take notice, look around, see what's going on. And if you're a prepper, or if you were a hoarder of food, shelf life on that stuff isn't forever. Some things it is, but usually when it's good forever, it's not very good. It's not very tasty. The list goes on and on with someone who likes to eat fresh meat and fresh food. And that's what some of these tricks and tips of this channel come into play. You see a pair of snowshoes. You don't get around in the state of Maine without a pair of snowshoes. I got a shotgun. Shotgun will get me every piece of food that I want to eat. It's that simple. These traps right here that you see in the background, I just had these donated to me from a viewer named Bill in Florida. These traps will get me 50 pounds of fresh fish this spring. Cusk and whitefish. And there's no limit on cusk, so that makes them a perfect fish for putting into canning jars and a freezer. But I had another meal that this shotgun is really good for. It's in this bag, and that's why I brought this bag out today. This is one of those go-to meals at the cabin, but it would be perfect for you too. If you're at home and you're looking, so what can I put up for food that would taste good and feed the family? In this bag, this is the wrong can, but 1 can of tomato sauce, 1 can of diced tomatoes, 1 can of kidney beans, and McCormick chili mix. With those ingredients right there and this shotgun, you can put anything into this chili and have it be a fresh chili. And the nice thing about, I know how to make chili from scratch. So I don't want to hear the comments about making chili from scratch. I know how to do that. This right here, I can make this at camp. Within 20 minutes, I can be eating a hot meal. And then if you can get your hands on an onion and a pepper, throw them in there. Now I add some more spices because I like my chili a little bit on the warm side. With my shotgun, I can get lots of meat from the wild. Whether it be porcupine or bear meat, anything, moose meat, deer, anything can be ground up into a hamburger. And there's other animals too that are out there, groundhog, the list goes on and on and on. But you can grind them up with a hand meat grinder, because I'm talking if we lose the power and we lose the grid, in my world, I can take these few ingredients or whatever I drag home, and within 20 minutes, I've got enough chili cooking at the cabin for 4 days. Now that's just myself. I could spread it out, maybe even get a week out of that. But you could feed a family with this stuff for at least 2 nights, I would think, depending on the size of your family. But one of the other things that probably you haven't really, if you're planning on using the outdoors to get some of your food, is one of the other things that's going to become scarce, or if not scarce, it's going to become a little bit more expensive. They keep shutting down all the oil pipelines and all that stuff. But this right here is mixing oil for an outboard. Now I put a few gallons on the shelf to hopefully carry me through, because that's one of them items that I use the boat to get my fish in the summertime. Now, I might have the boat, I might have the outboard, and I might have the fish poles, and I know how to catch the fish. But if I don't have the mixing oil to run my outboards, or if I don't have gasoline to run my outboards, then I've got nothing. And when you're going out fishing for a day, you're not going to go out there and do this number. Hopefully, we're not getting back to that. But the other thing that you're going to want to set aside too is I rely on my snowmobile in the wintertime for the same thing: rabbit hunting, ice fishing, all the things that, like, I'm getting ready to catch 50 pounds of cusk to put in the freezer and canning jars. So my snowmobile will become a big piece of equipment for what's to come here in the next month. This is snowmobile oil. Now, I'm not pushing any particular product. This is just the one that's for my snowmobile. So the same deal there. If you don't have mixing oil for your snowmobile, you might be able to get your hands on gas. But if this stuff becomes scarce to get, you might be thankful you had a few gallons on the shelf. That's all my point is here with this video, is with some basic skills. And like I said earlier, In the archives of my channel, I break down eel fishing, I break down cusk fishing, I break down lake trout fishing, I break down deer hunting. The whole channel is built around making your skills better. So check out the archives. The whole purpose in me putting this channel together was to put an archive of skills in one spot, that if you was interested in this particular lifestyle, or interested in, who knows what's going to come here in the next few years. I don't know, but I know that I know what I think, and I know how I feel. So I think in preparation, looking into how we can take care of ourselves over the next 2 to 4 years might be extremely important. So that's why I put these videos together. Like I said, full of skills. And if you got any questions, more than happy to answer your questions. But check out the archives in this channel. I think you will be able to find what you're looking for. And I am continually adding more and more content to this channel about skills and how to take care of yourself. The last month I've been laid up, and that's why we like to set aside a little bit of food. I injured my leg on January 26th, so I've been laid up the entire month of February. 1 more week to go, and I will be in my fish house. Fish house is all built, new one. I put out a couple of fish houses, and I will be fishing extremely hard between now and March 31st. There is nothing wrong with looking around and seeing what's going on around you. And at the same time, there's nothing wrong with putting aside a few skills. So enjoy my channel, enjoy the archive, and I will see you in the next one.